What is up, everybody? My name is Ted. This is Ted Like. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're a subscriber, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. This is gonna be a very good video. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to take pictures for your Instagram page. If you have a car and you want to start a good Instagram page for your pictures in your car, hey guys, this is a video to watch. I'm gonna show you guys step by step everything I have to do to get this pictures looking good. So without further ado, let's head out. I like to take my pictures in the afternoon, anywhere from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, where the sun is not overhead. So that's the first step. You gotta look for a perfect time where it's not too bright outside. But without further ado, let's get it, let's go. We're out of here. So we made it to the location. Right now it's about 8 o'clock. As you guys can see, it's not that dark yet. I don't want to go too dark because my lens, the aperture does not go that low. Pick you up a beginner camera like this one I have. This is a Nikon D3300. As you guys can see, Nikon D3300. And this lens that I have right here is a 55mm to 200mm. All right. And one thing that I like to do more is using manual focus. So if your lens has the options between manual focus and automatic, I just prefer manual focus, and I'll show you guys why. But let me show you my camera settings that I'm using. So as always, most people take pictures right here in automatic. For me, I take my pictures over here on aperture priority. I'll talk to you guys about that. So right now, these are my settings. So it's not that dark outside, so my ISO can be really low. But the darker it gets, the more I need to bump up my ISO, as you guys can see right here. ISO is sensitivity to light. All right. So those are the key words you guys need to know. ISO, sensitivity, aperture, how much light the lens will bring in. Shutter speed is how fast it's gonna take the picture, basically. All right. So right now the light is pretty good. So my ISO is gonna be at 200 because it's not that dark yet. And then my aperture right here, I open it all the way up. So as you guys can see, that's a good visual of what aperture is. Basically, think about like squinting your eyes and opening them really wide. That's what aperture is. All right. So the more aperture you have, the more light is gonna come into the lens. And then my shutter speed is on automatic because right now I'm only on aperture priority mode, which means whenever I change it, I'm only changing my aperture. All right. And the aperture is gonna give you guys a very good blurred background. So you guys are gonna see the background is getting blurred the more aperture you have. All right. One more thing. So a lot of people like to take pictures using the screen. I don't like to take pictures using the screen because I want to make sure my focus is perfect, really good. As you guys can see, I'm not gonna trust that screen for that. All right. So for me, I take off the live view and I use this viewfinder right here. So I use the viewfinder to take the picture. All right. One more thing, guys. Remember, we're on manual focus, which means we're gonna adjust the focus using this ring. All right. So this ring is gonna adjust the focus really close, really far. All right. For demonstration purposes, I'm gonna show you guys adjusting it through the screen. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna start turning that wheel on the front, and I turn it, I adjust it, I bring the focus closer if something is closer to me, and then if it's really far, I can throw it out. Right. So you wanna throw it out right where the car is. For me, I like to use reference points, maybe like the license plate. So that's what I'm gonna be focusing on, just so I can make sure it's the right focus. I'm gonna have it to where I can read the license plate. All right. But then again, I don't do this using the screen. I use the viewfinder. It's more clear. You just seeing it through your own eyes, just like that. So adjust the focus to where you're gonna want it. And remember, focus is distance. So because I'm standing here, that's the focus I'm gonna put. If I go a little bit farther, I'm gonna have to change my focus again because I'm gonna be changing the distance. All right. So right now, this is my focus point that I have set right now.
Sorry.
And You good. This is my focus point that I have set. And now I'm good to go take the picture. So one more tip, guys, that I recommend is not to take landscape pictures and take portrait pictures. All right, guys, so if I take the picture in landscape mode, all right, I don't like to take that because let me show you guys on Instagram what that looks like. All right, guys, as you guys can see, this is an example of a picture that was taken in landscape. So you guys see how small it looks like on the Instagram feed. So I don't recommend taking pictures in landscape for Instagram, and instead take one in portrait so you can crop it to a 4x5. So look, so I'm gonna take all of mine, I'm gonna take them sideways. So whenever I crop it, I'm not cropping the sides, I'm only cropping the top and the bottom. All right, so that's why I'm gonna pull my camera sideways. So right now I'm sideways, but the whole car is still not showing, so I'm gonna move back just a little bit more to right there. And then now I'm gonna use my viewfinder and take the picture and show you guys. All right, guys, so this is the picture that I took. As you guys can see, it's I took it in sideways, so it's a portrait picture. So when I go to crop it, I'll show you guys when we get home. I'm gonna crop only the bottom and the top. And then I'm also gonna show you guys how to edit the pictures and get it ready for Instagram. So right now I have put all my pictures on the Lightroom app, and basically I took 4 pictures. I'm just gonna go through and show you guys how I pick the best pictures. So for example, on this one I can zoom in. I like to use like a license plate. If it's clear, then I know the picture is clear. So like this one looks pretty bad. I think I was shaking a little bit. Then this one also, it's a little bit better, but it's also not the best. And then this one right here, that one looks pretty good. I can read the license plate, but on the bottom right here I can't read what it's saying the Lone Star State. So let me see if this last one is a little bit better. Okay, so the last one is not better, so this is the best one right here, and this is the one I'm gonna edit basically. So like I said, for Instagram I crop it to 4x5, and pretty much that only crops the tops and the bottoms, right? I don't even mess with the sides, right? So pretty much I like using more sky than the ground. So right there is pretty good. And in Lightroom, this is a preset that I like to use right here. It's called flat. As you guys can see, it already made it look a little bit better. Now I'm not done yet because the picture looks kind of dark still. So I'm gonna go here on light, and then over here you can change exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites and blacks. On this one I'm gonna go a little bit high exposure because it was kind of getting dark outside. The preset that I put that's called flat actually increases the contrast a lot, so I'm gonna reduce the contrast just a little bit. Let me put it all the way up and all the way down so you guys can kind of get a feeling of what contrast is. Alright, so I'm gonna put mine somewhere right here. And then highlights is basically the brightness of the brightest spots in the picture. So you're changing the brightness of the brightest spot on the picture. So in this picture, the brightest spot is the sky. So the highlights is only gonna change the brightness in the sky. So I wanna see a little bit more clouds, so I'm gonna take it all the way down. And then you guys know what shadows are. Look at the trees. That's pretty much shadows. I'm gonna increase it just a little bit. This one wasn't that bad, so I'm just gonna increase it just a little bit. Alright, and over here whites is overall brightness of the picture. Alright, so I'm not gonna mess with that. And blacks is you're gonna adjust the brightness of the darkest spot in the picture. So kind of like shadows, that's what blacks are. Alright, so I'm not done quite yet. I'm gonna change the colors. So I like to remove all the blue. I think this is like a hue blue. I like to remove all of that. And then in this blue right here, this is gonna be mostly the sky. So you guys can see the reflection of the sky on the windshield. So this is the blue all the way up. That's the blue all the way down. So I like to remove a little bit blue somewhere right here. That's okay. And then that's pretty much it. So I like this picture. This is the export settings that I use for Instagram. So as soon as you click up here on share, over here on export as, I like to leave the file type as a JPEG. Dimensions, largest available dimensions. I leave the quality at 100%. And also over here on more options, you want to make sure your color space is sRGB. This is the color space that Instagram uses. So if you upload a picture that's not sRGB, it's gonna automatically convert it to sRGB, and you're gonna be disappointed because the picture that's gonna be on Instagram is not gonna look the same as the original picture you uploaded or edited. Alright, so color space sRGB, that way the picture on Instagram will look exactly like the picture we just edited. And then that's pretty much it. You're gonna click on the checkbox. It's gonna export it, save it to your gallery. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's how I edit my Instagram pictures. So 4:5 is the best aspect ratio in my opinion. On Instagram, it's gonna cover about half the screen. So whenever somebody's scrolling, your picture is gonna stand out more and have a good chance of getting likes and comments. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see this bad Mustang right here every day on your YouTube feed. Hey, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.